Hello, this is Lonnie, and today's episode for Good Sense Soap Co. We're going to show how to make Christmas soaps. And this is something I'm obviously working on for Christmas. Hope I'm on time to get those out there, but I'm enjoying the process. Again, this is something I'm doing as a hobby business and enjoying the process of soap making. And if I sell some along the way, that's great. But I want to make a video to help others learn how to do this as well. So today we're going to make Santa soaps. So we're going to start by finding a vector image on the web that is royalty free and free. Those are the ones you want to find. And you want to find images that have bold lines. You don't want them to be over stylized or thin lines or anything too detailed because those are difficult to translate into a 3D model. And the soap mold, as the lines tend to fade and break off in the soap. So we try to find well-structured images that fit, that work well for this model and are fairly simple. So I've already done three for a Christmas tree, a gingerbread man, and a present, and you'll see those here in a bit. So from a soap making standpoint, I could take that gingerbread man soap and I can use a gingerbread fragrance for the soap. And I think those will go really well. Another one might be a peppermint stick, and you can use a peppermint stick as fragrance. So uh, that's kind of what I'm shooting for with my line of Christmas soaps. So I may do about 5 or 6 different varieties of those, and we're going to walk you through one of them on this video. And the one that I chose to do the video on is Santa. So we're going to go ahead and share my screen. And this is a PC application called Inkscape. And Inkscape will take a vector image, a PNG, a JPEG, whatever, and convert it into an SVG file. SVG file is what's needed in order to create a 3D model. You can hear the 3D printer going in the background right now, and that's actually my Christmas tree. So printing that I'll show you here in a bit. So I've already found a file using a search engine, and it's one that I think is really going to turn out cool, um, especially with my mustache. So you do import, you pick your file, and when this comes up, typically it will be like this. So, um, but I want it reversed because it's the black parts of the logo that will translate into the image. So I think this would render better as an image for the soap. So I'm going to go ahead and apply that. And then I'm going to go ahead and export it. And we're going to export it as Santa. I'm going to stop share. And then I'm going to bring up um, another application here. Hang on just a second. Share. All right, so this is Tinkercad. This is a kind of a beginner's CAD software, and this is what actually creates the the models to print on the 3D printer. So you can see that I've already created a tree and a present and a gingerbread man. And just change the orientation. But basically what we're doing is we're just putting the image onto. So this is a soap mold right here. And what you're looking at is the box in this middle part here is the soap. So if I were to separate that, you'd see that that is the soap. And then I have a box. And the box is to pour the silicone rubber into to create the mold. So we're going to undo that, get that all back together again. All right. And we're going to import that Santa that we just created. There's the little Santa. Now you see it's coming in too big. We don't want it that big. So we got to shrink that down to size. And then I got to elevate it to the position of the box. Also, it's too thick. So we're going to, these are in millimeters. So we're going to change that to 5. And then we're going to position that roughly over the box. And we're going to resize this. I'm going for a standardized soap. So I basically want this Santa to be about the same size as these other ones here. I think it's still just a little bit bigger. So there we go. Bring that over here. Select both, and we're going to center it. Now what we're going to do is reorient this so I can lower it. Okay, so you can see that it's indented, or that it's showing above the soap. So that's what we're going for. I could even make it a little bigger, but I think we're going to let's make it just a little bit bigger. Center that. We're going to merge them. You can see that that's your 3D model. So what's going to happen is when I print this, and you can see it's that lip is well above the soap. When I pour the silicone mold in there and then demold it, that is the reverse image that you'll have in the mold. So then when you pour your soap, and I use melt pour soap, when you pour your soap into the mold, that's the image that will come out in the form of a square soap. So that's what we're going for. So we're going to export that as an STL. And we're going to call that Santa. Let's stop share. And then the next piece of software that we're going to use, here we're going to reshare. Okay, it's called Cura. And Cura is the software that I use to talk to my 3D printer, which is a Creality printer. And I'll show you a video of that in action here soon. So you can see this is the Christmas tree soap that's currently printing. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and delete that because that's already printing. It's in progress. So I'm going to go ahead and delete that. It won't change what's already printing. And we're going to open up that Santa soap that we just created. All right, so see that? I can zoom in a little bit. So that's basically what's going to print, what you see right there. So I'm going to go ahead and end the video here. And then once we queue this up to print, then I will video a segment of that as well, attach it to this part of the tutorial, and then we'll jump back in once I'm ready to pour in the silicone rubber, and then demold it, and then pour the soap in, and then we'll have the final result. So we'll add all of that here after this segment. So take care, and looking forward to seeing the results of this.